Today we can talk one-on-one with Minkailu in the APC communications team, and we don't see how they come out strongly as opposition party with regards to the current SFP power government and some of the things that they don't cry foul about, which are so many things like the audit report and also the country economy where we all or we Salone people are always they complain about. So Minkailu, say hello to Fambule and we'll go straight to the program.
Fambule Muna, good evening. I'm delighted for being at the show and I'm happy for talking about the things that we the money we as Sierra Leoneans.
All right, thank you very much, Minkailu. Well, make we go straight. We still say President Bio in government, in government, where Salone give and trust them with for govern the people of Sierra Leone for the past 4 years. Then just 4 years inside April 4. And a lot of people expect say President will come out and update in people and talk to in people for those 4 years, what you don't do for people I see in manifesto the things that we don't achieve. But he not be able to come out, but he will make a statement now one of in public statements that we make say he don't do everything that in manifesto. But how you see, first of all, looking from the opposition and as a Sierra Leoneans, how you see generally to President Bio in 4 years?
Yeah, well, there is nothing sorry to say, but it is a fact. Me not possibly not have been managed the truth. Everybody go wish as a Sierra Leonean, I go wish for a government to go deliver on a manifesto promise. Because in the end, it is Sierra Leone. Where government succeed, now we all don't succeed as a country. Anybody where they pray for make you leader fail, let your country not progress, it means you're not possibly not patriotic. As a patriotic Sierra Leonean, be it APC or SLPP government, we always don't look forward to progress now the country. Because when the country progress, now we the benefits. Now we the Sierra Leone, they begin to hold the bond, and we relatives them. It directly they affect we if the country they go behind. But unfortunately, it is not the case. For the past 4 years, we don't witness a total retrogression. I mean, instead of we go before, now behind we go.
Well, like why you say that?
A lot of things don't happen. We make us say so. These governments actually they govern the state based on a social contract. It just sounds like when they employ you per job, then go give a contract. You go sign a contract. If you deliver based on the contract so you sign, it is possible that then go renew the contract and then give you a fresh mandate. But this government here have been come with a manifesto, we then call the New Direction People's Manifesto 2018. This one how they refer to the New Direction People's Manifesto. In this manifesto, they make a lot of promises. Then promise we heaven. Then promise we say then go address the bread and butter business. The SLPP former Secretary General will become the Minister of Finance. When Jacob Jusu Safa been there all over the media. 98.1 AYV. It take interview with international media houses. It assure we that when they come, then go address the welfare business, the bread and butter business, things the way they go up, then go address them. But in the end, them promises then they all non-able fulfill at all. This manifesto divided into 5 parts. So if people ask me, say, how I see the country for the past 4 years, I'm not going to discuss without reference in this manifesto.
Absolutely, because we therefore go to some of the key areas then, especially with campus education, where this government so proud of say they don't achieve a lot inside the education system, inside the free quality education. And this now one flagship program or project where they're so proud of that they talk about all the place. What do you think but this free quality education where this government bring and where they're so proud of for tell Salone people and say it don't improve. In fact, the president say they don't deliver everything. Now add no more in the add. What do you think about the free quality education?
Yeah, aside the free quality education, then talk about Boko that's in there. Yeah? The free quality education under part 3, also then talk about human development. We then talk about improving education and skill training. But if you want to be specific on the free quality education, I go talk
Right.
on them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The free quality education then come without a package. But good thing and the way them promise say then go do in the free quality education. But last shock you, from where school open this academic year, this government no able to supply school registers them, now schools them across the country. When are one of the fundamental requirements, for let school operate. Register with the record school picking their names, where they come na money, then go call them, let them know the one the way they turn up for go school or not. Then able supply across the country. Aside than the basic chalk, where them for write na blackboard for teach picking, but schools no able receive chalk. Basic logbook, then able receive than the crayon, HB and to be pencils, whether for supplying our schools, they're not able to receive her. So then they make them very challenging across the country. Now, then they also promise say, then go get supply books. We don't witness a situation where they go only supplies until 1 or 2 exercise books. Who's that picking and they do 13 subjects of 14. Or for primary school, or say 5, they go supply 2 exercise books. Waiting that they go able to do for the picking. Nothing. We don't witness a situation in which principals and head teachers and they complain, saying they know they receive subsidies from government. And then subsidy then they make school they run. If you do not receive and how you go announce this free quality education. We don't also witness a lot of things like where they've been promised say they go do, where they're able to do at all inside this free quality education. Now, this free quality education, we also don't see government don't say, then they cater at least $500 for one pikin. The president go na UN General Assembly, he go say he don't say parent and the burden for let them they pay at least $500 per kid. So then go able to save that money there. Where we know say even if then the budget for free quality education, for sum up to that amount. Another challenge with all the free quality education, we don't witness a situation in this country where picking and they progress from NPSE, when at the National Primary School examination, for go from 1, GSS1, where they admit them, where they come up primary school for go secondary school. Then parents then can pay admission fee, then they buy uniform books, then they spend not less than 2-3 million loans. You call that a free quality education, where picking also the progress from JSS when at junior secondary school to SSS when at senior secondary school. Then they spend exorbitant amount for let they admit picking them. Parents then they spend that money there. You call that the free quality education. Waiting free about that. Waiting at the quality. The challenge is the enormous. We agree say, a very good initiative for let government say we can do free quality education. It go ensure say enrollment increase in school. A lot of people actually go get the opportunity for land. But even as that, now the amount of people waiting at streets, when are breadwinners for their families, where they pass with them parents their way disabled, either them sit on a wheelchair, them blind, for big, when are school going kids, then at the age for go school. Government able address all of that day. In the manifesto, them promise say they go build staff quarters then and embark on long-term housing scheme for teachers across the country. We will
And
not see them
also,
do that in state
libraries,
today.
libraries in all districts.
Say again.
Libraries. Inside the manifesto, they talk about libraries.
Yeah. Then talk about that. They say they
So
go establish
they don't achieve that,
teachers.
right?
Yeah. In the manifesto, they also say they go establish teachers training campuses or colleges. Now all the districts them. They not get no districts where they establish them training college and they eat. In the manifesto, they say they go build and support at least one primary school in every administrative section. Remember, the country divided into regions, then we go to districts, then we go to chiefdoms before they go to sections. They say each section then go build a school. We not see that they don't happen yet. All landed them promise are under this free quality education. They say then go construct student hostel for at least 500 across the country. We not see that need. They say they go remove the 2 shifts, double shifts. We picking they go morning, then go afternoon. We still get schools and fees on air, including St. Joseph Convent, where na double shift they still get. A lot of schools are across the country. They never remove them because
So
the facilities they're not available. So the free quality education is challenging. We don't see a situation at this country where government they budget for schools that we know they exist. We see the coordinator for free quality education, JJ Bangaon, now the East. They go na schools that are around Kenema district, Panguma and elsewhere places. Where you go video, no school picking up in day, teachers they know they what they ask, they say the school picking they don't go join Bondo society. Even ask if not only female student and day, and at the older reach the age for good join Bondo society, the neighbor as are native. So
All
that
right.
tell you say go school that even they exist, what then the budget exorbitant sum for as subsidies for say then they take care of whether school and they don't even exist.
All right. Before I come to you, I just want to remind family and say, una keep the conversation on the comment section, una share the video, and I want for also make una know say this program then they broadcast them live on Star TV. I want to say thank you to Star TV na Salone as una we not able to get the opportunity for come online, go able for watch na Star TV na Salone. Make I go to you again, Minkailu. You don't talk about a lot of challenges then where this government get with regards to the free quality education, but what you say is completely different from waiting the government the project out there to the people of Sierra Leone. So who do we believe at this point? Because I can still play the video where the president say they don't achieve everything na the manifesto. So should we hold the president accountable of this, according to you, of those lies, or who do we believe at this point?
Well, this it is just let the public. This is a court of public opinion. Let the public be the judge. This, right? You can the SLPP manifesto is available. Everybody can download it now and read them and see waiting them promise if they don't fulfill them. Waiting the president say they don't achieve almost everything at the manifesto, and waiting the presidential spokesman and press secretary they go and parade say they don't achieve almost 85% of waiting in at the manifesto. Look in manifesto, let people read them for themselves and see if the SLPP able to achieve 10% of waiting them promise. No, they not achieve that. Now only one component we don't talk about when are the free quality education, when are the flagship program of government where they propel all over the place. Now then Trump card dandy. Anytime where
Yeah,
they go. I even listened to the president in speech today, I think 2 days ago or so, then we get celebration na Oba, Old Boys Association, both school. One of the things that we emphasize on now that they don't announce a lot regarding free quality education, and that any time we meet in day regarding education or school business, then go either invite her or invite the minister of education. Now the whole world, anytime when they talk about school, because then they see Sierra Leone as best practice, as an example where other countries then for copy from. So it's facade, yeah. Most of what in the talk not to obtain on the ground. We were there on the ground, we they visit schools them, we they go around the country, and we they take their manifesto for assess them based on the manifesto promise. So let people read the manifesto compared to the statement where president they make or any representative of government, then they look to the statement where we the opposition they make and see would I really they state the facts to the people them. We what we can, we inherit education at a level where be very bad off, but to not complain. Budgetary allocation to education, then in the way and Scruma take over in 2007, now been 3.7% of the total budget. Now no more be they go to education. We can increase them from 3.7% to about 15% of we own budget. Now be they allocate by 2015, 2017, we don't increase that to 15%. So that I will tell you how serious APC take education. We be the pay for exams, public exams, NPSC, Becker, and WAS. The Minister of Education under Dr. Minkailu they ensure say they pay for them public exams and they will be the give scholarship to God picking their wedding at the sciences. If they read medicine, if they engineering, you then at the pure and applied sciences like biological sciences, chemistry, whatever it is, you not been they pay, government been they pay for you. Even the school feeding projects, now we
I want
introduced
to
them in this
understand.
country.
So why there was this link on Queen where picking students and they go a lot of students and do in a time. When they go that link on Queen and when these governments can then scrap all of that. why you think say they scrapped that one day? Was that Lincoln Queen not in line with the educational system na Salone, or is it because na una, because it's a government should be continuity? Is it because of na APC we don't start them, so that is why they kick out that Lincoln Queen, or is it not in line with their own educational plan system?
You see, Rachel, the volume they down small, but I dey get you, I dey manage forget you. You
Okay.
see, the SLPP government under President Biona government, we don't know say governance and continuity. Then just think say when they come, all the positive things wey APC don't do, therefore can't undo them because not of them be actually initiator, which is very bad. Government and continuity. Where you can meet to predecessor don't work, who's that ita, if you can't take from the continue. When President Kuruma bin come, he not deviate from the national agenda. After the war, we be introduced to called PRSP, Poverty Reduction Strategy paper. Where Nkrumah come, he not change nothing for that PRSP. Instead, he call on the agenda for change in 2012. Now, where he be the run in 2007, 2012, he go to the other component, PRSP2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, he call an agenda for change. 3 and 4, he call an agenda for prosperity. But he not change anything. He follow the trend where President Kabab been done lay. The building blocks, the foundation where he can build upon her. Yeah, for let the country go before. But where President Biokan, he be one terminate all of the things that win a contracts where APC going to Lincoln Queen one. Yeah, because not to the initiator, but in the end, he come back for hunt them. Government decide back say after we students they don't strike, put out then they hold they put na sell, then go back now the table and renegotiate and see say no now fine project the benefits Sierra Leoneans then if they talk about human capital development, Lincoln Queen are one of the components then. Because this now creativity university this. Now let's just tell you some of the things that we President Kuruma tell President Bio, we be the hand over the country trunk. Yeah, in the handing over notes, we again on the 12th of May 2018, where they be the inaugurator. President Koma attend the inauguration ceremony. He tell us, say, Your Excellency, in view of the need to develop our country's human resource, my government took education as a priority, so much so that budget allocation to the sector has increased from low levels of 3.7, which I inherited in 2007, to now over 15% by 2017. We took deliberate steps or actions to expand access to education at all levels. For higher education, we have ensured the establishment of 3 additional universities, including Lincoln Queen University of Creative Technology, which is the first ever public-private partnership in our country's field of education. At the same time, we have secured funding from ECOWAS for the establishment of a brand new university in Kono, which is all now on the way.
Just go, I want to pause there because of time. I know we'll read all thing, but that
of course.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that Kono University. Let's talk because
so now for tell you say, first of all, the university Lincoln Queen, APC being really mean well. If you want a university for young people, wouldn't they go learn creative technology, creativity, innovation, so that they could be self-employed? They're not going to rely on government no more for employment. Because no government at the world will employ everybody. Now the private sector them want develop through that university today. Now APC government be want develop. Now Kono University, now APC actually initiator. Now APC secure fund through ECOWAS. And the money all been done day before we left in 2018. And President Nkrumah noted. But when SLPP come, then claim ownership, then take glory for waiting and not actually do, take credit for waiting and not do. You see, Mohamed Sidi Tunis, when the Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament, the Honorable Mohamed Sidi Tunis, they even go to 19.1, they claim saying no go secure funding for a certain university in Akono without reference to honest by Kuruma in government, without reference to the late Minkailu of blessed memory. When are them people here be don't secure the fund, count the initiative and everything. But President Kuruma, now possibly very intelligent. In no time, in hand in over notes. Now this is the time for us to educate the people of this country. Now will not be done to propagate this hand in over notes because we not want SLPP thinks they will sabotage them. We want allow them for really govern I mean, let them feel satisfied that they were not disturbed by the opposition. But time don't reach now for Lord remind the people them of the good work where Anescoma been do in 2 times, of the
All right.
foundation block they will lay, of the development strides they will make. There is no way again, never again in the history of this country we go allow SLPP forget a field day for go and mislead and misinform the people.
Okay, now we go to another issue or another sector here where not something where Salone people they cry about at this point. Now something we get for do with rebel issue. You know, if the country angry, Salone don't dey below as one of the most hungriest country in the world, poorest country in the world. You know, because of this agriculture, you know, what are the things that will they plant, what will they grow for sustain food security in the country. Let me go to that agricultural aspect. But before I want to ask you that particular question, take a listen to waiting Keke Toma been say on 98.1.
We meet the budgetary allocation to agriculture 3.7%. In fact, of that 3.7%, the donors them be they get about 2%. So it means the government in actual spending was little over 1%. What we do? We don't commit to 6%. Now, because of what we don't do in the agricultural sector, I'll give you simple things then. We don't protract about 600 tractors, 200 power tillers. We don't make sure so we don't cultivate about 2,500 hectares. Indeed, there is something they call rice self-sufficiency metric. We don't increase with performance on the rice the way we produce. So, for instance, in 2019, it be there 45%. Now we did 57.7%. So in 2020 alone, we produced about 637,000 metric tons of milled rice.
Mr. Sani,
but the question is,
I ask you,
our land,
our land, rice project.
No, our land. Attention to the process. Now, because we don't increase the production, the question we go ask logically that the fact say why we still lay import rice? Why rice still they go? So I'm gonna tell you the reason why. They go because then get what they call preference, okay, with consumption habits as a country. So it means with consumption habits as Sierra Leoneans, we still prefer imported rice for its imported rice to we rice down at the country. So I'll give simple instance, Dija. When last you eat country?
Okay, I still ask you, Mr.
So
Sani, I still ask you 3 years ago, President Bio launched the Tomabom Rice Project. 3 years now, waiting they happen with the project.
I don't tell you say the project they gone very well. I don't even give you reference.
So they take 3 years for planting harvesting.
No. I tell you say less because we don't get increment in the production. Waiting ever we don't do the investment or they make for the tax the
production of the Tomabom project.
Yes, now they tell you say there is production going on. Now they tell you we don't increase the metric. Now they tell you, I tell you say in 2020 alone we produce
so if about production increased on the why not now the presidents they go do study tour on rice production in Vietnam?
No, because I tell you see Vietnam gets similar story to it.
All right, Minkailu, you take a listen to this video I played just now, where Keke Toma they talk say rice production they go on right now as we speak, the Tamabom rice, but because of the increase, you know, Salone people the increase. So because of that, I make they feel and Salone people and prefer for it for foreign rice than real rice. So and belly business or food business, not two ways Salone people in the cry, but right now, the status of the economy, the agriculture system, food not there, and all of that. Waiting now, you respond on the production of this Tamabom rice, where Keke Toma say the production they on right side. In fact, they don't increase them. Waiting a reaction to that because you didn't Salone.
You see, Rachel, it's an insult to the people of this country. For let Keke Toma go sit down, begin to just make fallacious statement them, you know, out of order statement them. It's an insult to the people of this country. Even they say they don't increase production to 637 metric tons per annum. Now they produce. It is completely fabricated. It's not correct. You know they happen. The Tomabom, we all know. The Tomabom project now facade. They interview people from Tomabom. The video be they make the rounds. Where they say then just go dump them they not they even pay the workers them. Things they not they happen. Aside the Tomabom, they also be say then get farm. Each government appointee, it is compulsory for let them make farm. we see the former chief minister na one farm, we see the president na one farm, we see the minister of information na one farm. When they commenced newly in 2018, 2019, we see they all na farm them. But in the end, what is there to write home about? It even insult the people, let's say, the consumption habits. Sierra Leoneans then rely for the consume imported rice rather than the one they produce in country. I think say the first priority now the rest of the produce in country because it get ingredients. I mean, not to more fertilizer, very natural that people even prefer to imported rice if it they, but they. We cannot produce what we consume or consume what we produce because the machinery they. Now, even if that rest, let's say, if then they sell the rest of the produce, if it in a country, then they sell on 1,000 leons for cup, na market. Then they sell imported guys 2,000 leons for cup. Which one people then they go in for? Now, the how they produce in this country, naturally. So, for like a ketomagos, under they talk then kind of statement and it's an insult to the people of this country.
So no,
they know they produce no such rights. Agriculture very deplorable. But aside than the when you look at the manifesto, Rachel, they make a lot of promises then they regarding agriculture. I don't just know if the time go they law run through the promises the way they make when they know
we don't get much time. We just like I say, now the major ones them where then they go and talk about nine I want for make una as opposition address whether it's a promise or then statement here it correct for something where they happen right now on the ground. Those are the things I just want to make una correct to the people of Sierra Leone. So as we speak, the production of the tamabom rice is still go on or they go on?
If it's tomabom they produce guys, therefore they put on a bag then. They indicate on the bag then say like how Pakistan with the import rice from Pakistan, it is state they manufactured in Pakistan. Like if they put them manufactured in Sierra Leone, tomabom. If they not shop them, if they not market them, if they all over the place. If government knows it and they produce rice from tomabom, let them package them and let them advertise them. Let the whole world see them. Let Sierra Leoneans then go buy them. Let government instruct the Ministry of Trade make it do that day. As far as we know, they know they produce any rice whatsoever from tomabom because they not the market. Let them give you reference who shop you go there, who's go able to get them, who's Sierra Leoneans and go able to access them. Let them tell you the shop they know, now Makeni Bo, Kenema Freeton, and elsewhere places. There is no such rights.
All right, so let me look at one other video. This BNT will make rounds to or make go viral where the president they talk to the youth man. Don't you think it's the right way to go in terms of food security? But take a listen to this.
The best way can happen away plant chop and then bear fruits and they eat them. So that make they encourage every Sierra Leonean. Maybe they plant with potato leaf, maybe they plant with okra, maybe they plant everything made in abundance. So that's with that talk with the service market they talk. Me are hungry, we go left for the stock because we able to plant and this.
All right, what's your reaction to that one day? Because the president say for the plant potato leaf now, for the plant sentinel.
So you see the president's statement just don't actually need to rest the argument. It don't even defeat Keke Toma. The president they actually advise. Say no with the plant. And all the plants, the one that they say are angry, then go get something waiting and go consume. That now for tell you say it is not even going on. Now just a study, then they try for do. But president no go just allow the plants or people that idle and they're angry. Then been promised we say, then go ensure say when they come, then go address agriculture. Then go build more factories and then go employ people there. If the government be don't embark on the creation of factories or they encourage investors then for come in and get factories, then they will go get a lot of people employed. Not all man one in a city, because for some people the city is congested. But people want to go up country, they want to go work, but the jobs are not that. So it is the responsibility of government. But this government miss them from start. When they come, instead of they encourage investors, they begin to talk bad about the country.
Yeah,
they say they inherit a country with a battered economy. They inherit a country where be they run, a government where be they run a criminal racketeering enterprise, then discourage investors. Then. You go around go tell investors, say that country did the thief, then the investor can't put him money there. You know good one. So they miss out totally. So the president's statement in summary, it don't actually defeat Keke Toma in misleading information where they give to the public.
All right, let me come to another issue. Yes, I mean, these are all there for Salone people and for C, not to just the opposition. In fact, Salone people, they are more even stronger than the opposition now because, I mean, everybody here either open and social media don't even open the eyes of Sierra Leoneans them more because you then a Salone, or you not in a Salone, you know exactly what thing they go on. I rather we come to the wage bill because I remember when President Bio they talk, the campaign and everything, they say APC they have been too wasteful, you know, then they waste the economy of the Salone money, then they use it anyhow. President they do this, president they do that. So when income, they try for cuts, you know, all of them try for cut some of them things there. So try for block their leakages there. So, but before I go to the travel leakages, I want to look at the wage bill where it don't really go up as we get honorable what they even analyze for me. What do you think say this government don't do inside the wage bill and how they affect we now, especially the economy as a Sierra Leonean right now?
Yes, as you rightly states, this government now one way everybody be they look up to for can manage the wage bill. When they be the campaign, they say APC been they establish offices there unnecessarily. APC been they create diplomatic missions there, will not be actually needed. But when they come, they establish more offices than the APC. They establish more diplomatic missions than the APC. That now for just tell you how deceitful this particular government is. For the first time in the history of Sierra Leone, we get the budgets where they run up to 10 billion. Where government not they even support the budget. And because government not they support the budget, now they contribute to the hardship. Because government want tax the people so much so that they not they even give subsidies inside they forgive subsidies. All them money they focus for pay salaries. They're not able, subsidize for fuel. Then they double tax the people there like for GST. When importers they don't pay in a custom, then they pay back as retailers, then the final consumer, then they pay for any commodity we purchase. We all know say tax fine. The whole world now tax government they use mostly for run the states. But we overtax the people we they get hardship when a very difficult one for let the people and survive. Now the wage bill it don't increase so much so that government cannot even pay salary. Every other Thursday, government they borrow from the banks. And they tell you for the very first time when they run, a budget we don't run up to 10 trillion loans, and 70% of that budget they we look at and all land they now to salaries no more they go and wages. Our country will go before. You know, we're not able to embark on capital development because of pay salaries and wages, then they'll go put it under recurrent. So government cannot move. The country stagnated because government they employ unnecessarily.
So the leakage is them what President Bio say they can't block some of the leakages there. So you think say it don't open up more than how it been there before, or at least it don't
the leakages, in fact, the leakages they don't buckle so much so that we're not going to manage again. Pass to change the pipe. Like where you get pipe from the main source where they supply water on a different side, where you get the leakages and too much, you're not going to manage again with rubber. The best you can do now for change the pipe and bring new one. This is a circumstance where this government be done they accuse the former government of wastages. So when they can then go block the leakages. We they witness the situation at this country in which for international travel alone, this government don't spend from 2018 to 2019, 2 years. They spend 15 million United States dollars on international travel. That did not ever happen in the previous government.
Minkailu, before we go on the international travel, when one leakage where President Bio been talk inside the presidential debate, say an Escoma they travel too much and they travel with so many people then. So when income they can block that leakages there. And that one a very key issue where we bring her out to the people of Sierra Leone. But let's take a listen before you comment on what President Bio say and what he do now.
There is excessive expenditure on foreign travels. These are things that we have to stop.
A few moments later.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will continue for fly.
And remember, plenty people will say, fly like a boat. I'm not there for fly, but for Salone, I'm there for fly. I remember I go Japan. The hotel I want to enter, they say you're not going to enter Naya. The previous government, they can Naya, they not pay. When I get for pay them first, before when they enter. When all the company head of state, they don't get them hotel room, they don't rest. I've been get for pay for the debt first, what we get, and pay when I'm money now for pay for where we enter. We've been get for clear them time, but in all over the world. May they know say a new government day with good intention. And to very large extent, I will tell you now, say, if you're not Israeli and you go out of this country, if they talk about Salone, how other people they respect you, you will not believe. Because Mrs. Akinsidon in a state of disbelief.
Okay. This is a very strong accusation against the APC and the former president. Say, una left big debts. For example, na Japan, the president say, like for travel. But because of the kind bad name where the APC government, we don't left na Salone. So now Inge for do all the dirty work for clean and rebrand the image of Sierra Leone. And it make references for add more fire. He say una go left boku debts na Japan. When he go na Japan, all the other presidents where he go with, they all don't get their room, they don't relax and everything. He as Sierra Leone president, he been day out, them in block him, for going to hotel room, and in fact, he been there for Fenway out, he sort out the APC bill and a Scomine bill where he don't left na Japan. This is a very strong accusation. What's your comment on this?
Yeah, well, we all know Ernest Baikoma for being president. We actually been very respectful around the world. And today, commander respect day. So it is unthinkable for Ernest Kroma go left debt na Japan. I mean, the presidency of Ernest Kroma no go so relegate. Let me know say, even though they accuse Ernest Kroma say they travel 50-man delegation. But I just tell you say, from Ernest Kroma in tenure, 2007 to 2018, for 2 years, they spend more than $2 million per international travel. Tijan Kabano spend on it. I tell you say, President Bio, from 2018 to 2019, he spent more than 15 million United States dollar per international travel. So who's one really a wasteful president? President Koma,
before you continue, probably the travel where they travel, it don't bring more to the country, or it is just a waste of we own government money.
If you don't bring more to the country, not to think way. If you don't, the returns actually very much low. If you don't bring more to the country, it tell in the kind way our factories then they come, investors then go there, jobs then go there. The travel the way and it's by Kroma in the travel, we'll see. Before you remember, you see African Mineral, you see London Mining, you see Shandong. In the end, we get jobs. People let me they come out from Kenema, Bo, Kailan, all side, they come Lomsai, they come Makini, other side, they come Oak. We'll see down there. It was never a secret. We'll see always in the happen. So if the president is travel, will be the travel, actually they bring good returns for the country. Like we foresee economic boom. But instead, we almost there at a stage, we say we will not take time and collapse the economy, then go reverse Sierra Leone too. So for let's spend $15 million in 2 years per travel, we're not able to bring $100 million in return of that travel, that money the way you waste, or how much $1 billion. It means that waste the country resources. No returns. We see all that things that happen. We go grab back. I mean, we're not able to control the dollarization of the country. We see how the dollar they succumb the loans. We grab, we say we want to do redenomination, currency redenomination. All the things that way they make no more the country spend money, and the country they get money. Now this government embark on. We know they produce nothing. We know they export nothing. We just believe no more for the import, and they give money to other countries. Then where we know they produce. We don't ask ourselves the question: how much are alone the loss in terms of currency redenomination? The government no can tell we to say this money we want change. Now so money we get for spend for change amo. We get for spend up to 30 million pounds sterling for print new monies. Government no they come and tell we the people let's say that they get for spend. When we get for spend trillions of loans for destroy the old money, government no they can't tell we say that will get for do. Then just they purport and they tell we things that will no say we know say that losses the country they want into. All of them things and they contribute for collapse the economy. We know they encourage investors. We'll come, we want to terminate all the contracts the way APC be signed at the mining sector. We go to a point where dual groups of companies will take Salone government to court. In the end, we negotiate at we own debt agreement. Just because our APC be signed that contract, this government will want terminate. We'll see how it end. So now we learn for no say government and continuity. Even where we get for takeover in June 2023, 24th to be specific June, we'll get for takeover. Some of we who will serve the government will not go advise. For now we just come and undo all what the SLPP don't do.
Okay, hold on, Minkailu. I hear they say we'll get for takeover. But why are you so confident that you think, say, the APC, now that you bring her up, why you they say we will get for takeover? Why are you so confident that
I am overconfident because I know say we don't do the groundwork. The greatest asset we will rely on are the people, and sovereignty belongs to the people. The removal of the SLPP from government, not just get for be an APC agenda, now a national duty, now a call to national duty. Everybody, the whole country know that day. I'll listen to the first music where you play, where MNC then sing, I see, then they say me vote na me life. Nobody not gonna make herself me vote for one bag dress or for cocoa. I only wish MRC then go come back and begin to remind people of their music then they. I see one meet them brother they say Kagbeng be magi yita aba matubak moloi or they came sofa money matcha. They say would I go bear the burden? Now that's it they say. Maggie Pepe Yabas if you all lent in and they go up, would I really go suffer? Would I go bear the burden? The burden are the final consumer go bear and the ordinary man. We not get government with the protector. So with all lengthing and day, where you go around the country, the way people then they express dissatisfaction. Thank God, with the advent of social media, the new media, now when I all the see people and the discourse, you get access to various videos them where you don't watch, where some people in this country may not watch even yet. Who side the president talk, who side the presidential spokesman talk, who side various people and talk. Even during the presidential debate, you get that video day. Then enough for remind people about the promises. So all man and we are now in this country. So the greatest asset we rely on are the people because sovereignty belongs to the people. And in the end, the people are ready to make a change. So I am confident that the APC will make a comeback in 2023.
Okay, so now we still there on the economy because like one thing we also don't unbog Salone people and they complain about the economy, the dollar rates, like how you say. Then at one point, and one of JJ Safar in interview where he talk about the economy, he make a statement say even 3 governments and can not go for address this economy issue. So what do you think say it mean by that statement say we make?
Then enough for admit failure. The statement of admit failure for say they don't fail. It talk in parables. Because if you say even if the 3 successive government come, they still not go able to address the economy, it means they don't fail. They're not able to deliver on the manifesto promise. Now that's it they try for telling people. But this is the same JJ Safar where they go all over the place and they think say government na child's play. Then they can't address the bread and butter. Then go maximize welfare issues. Then go do this, then go do that. Agriculture go boom. We go to produce what they eat, or they eat what they produce. I mean, they make a whole lot of noise. In the end, we're not able to see that yet. But always fail, what them do now, promote them back. From Minister of Finance, we don't put the economy in shambles. They make a chief minister for the advise the president now for collapse the country and for collapse the economy more and more. But that didn't do at their own detriment.
In other words, that statement they where JJ Safar makes say even 3 successive government is it that they don't really damage the economy of Sierra Leone that it was difficult? Is it referring to the debts where they don't take it. What do you think he was referring to?
A lot. I don't think it's a government they borrow every other Thursday for pay salary. Government don't be indebted to institutions and the world so much so that if you say they're not going to ever able recover, Salone not going to ever able recover. Pass on tell the story for we they say Lord waive them debt spending. But Lord no say the APC now a welfare government. When we come, we go salvage the situation. We're not going to make false promises as the SLPP don't they make. But where President Nkrumah been there, some of we been think say the president be even weaker to we. Because there are a lot of jobs na NRA. There are a lot of jobs na Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, various departments and agencies. But APC been dey restrict employment because they believe say they go overburden the wage bill so much so that government not go able to take care of them. Where SLPP can they not waste any time, then create jobs for the YESA boys them, then create jobs for the stooge them, then cronies them. They embark on nepotism, tribalism, regionalism for create jobs. So much so that they overburden the wage bill to an extent that they're not able to support the sustenance of the wage bill. They embark on taking loans for the trust number every other Thursday for support the wage bill. APC not one. And Nkrumah been get the country attacked. So much so that it deprived a lot of APC people them where be want for making give them job. It tell them say it is about Sierra Leone, the country. If we say all the vacancies in our way be not available na NRA, na Ministry of Education, all over the ministries them would employ. How we go pay una? Yeah, that is it. But when SLPP can they not even consider waiting go be the repercussion, waiting go be the far-reaching implication. Instead of them be do that, they waiting there for don't do. Therefore, don't embark for ensure say them promote the private sector. Where the private sector boom, it absorb a lot of graduates, it employ a lot of people. That the government could even get more money from the private sector for address a lot of other capital development then.
I know move because we just make them quick because there's a lot of things I want for me to talk about. Now that you don't talk about the loan and the debts where the country don't get at this point in time. People that they compare or according to the statistics that we have, okay, I don't lost Minkailu, but it will come back. Famulano, just be patient until we get Minkailu. It will come back shortly. But while we wait for Minkailu, let's take a listen to this.
Now we do. But then, when we pass 2023 now, when we don't pass 2023, we now need to make sure say we do the right thing for the people of this country. Yes. We do what the people are asking us to do. Yes. We focus. We now live on with selfishness then. Then when they were there within the party where they feel say it only get for be them, we get for tell them say no, please. You enjoy your time.
So the wage bill now 3.9 trillion. When are the highest now the sub-region. The wage bill account for 2020 budget. The wage bill account for 59% of the local revenue. Meaning the money where government they get at the country. 59%, almost 60% of at the account of the local revenue. And ask yourself, waiting and they use the wage bill for. Why the wage bill go up? Waiting at the reason. Members say they may not make commitment. Say them go reduce the wage bill, where they can and go make the wage bill sustainable. But waiting them do, we increase the wage bill. Then form extra 5 new ministries. You don't condemn wage bill. Why you for form more ministries where you expend more money? Then make sure say one, the Ministry of Finance, then get 2 deputies. The Ministry of Social Welfare, Children and Gender, then separate them into 2 ministries. Ministry of Education, then separate them. Ministry of Lands and Environment, then separate them. Then create also the Ministry of Western Region. We have 5 extra ministries. All the ministries then you get for give them budgetary allocation. Quite apart from that, then create more departments and agencies. Look what they do. Then create the National Investment Board. Then create the National Water Resources Management Initiative. Then create the Wages and Salary Commission. Then create the National Monitoring and Evaluation Department. Then create the Strategic Advisory Group on Emergencies. Then create also the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation. Then create the Independent Commission of Peace and National Cohesion. Then create also the National Sports Authority. Then create the National Council for Civic Education and Development. Then create the Sierra Leone Seed Certification Agency. Agency, then create the National Disaster Management Agency, then create also new embassies them. Embassy in Egypt, and embassy in other countries, and even at the Ministry of Finance, they employ advisors. Then they give $5,000 every blessed month. Then all the embassies they will Salone again at the world country, they send deputy ambassadors. So it go increase the wage bill. It make the wage bill where they meet them double and then they add on top and back. So now the wage bill law for 2020, when I had the financial year old end, where they can go budget for the wage bill na 3.9 trillion. We're very unimaginable. But when you ask them, then go put and say, na teachers.
So to me, let me ask you this. The money that I went and sweat, waking up 6 o'clock in the morning in the winter in the United Kingdom to go on set, under the freezing cold, my own personal money, as I sit here as the First Lady of Sierra Leone, I am not being paid. You want me to take my personal money to put lights in Bo and Kenema?
Yes.
Are you serious?
I've always been a crazy girl. I've always liked attention. Even when I'm in school, I always volunteer to do debates and anything to do with talking. I like it. So I think I express myself more when I talk than when you give me pen and paper to write stuff.
Now, me, the only First Lady, we know they get budget for where visitor come visit me, man. What we will make as special food for them. When we get a guest, there is a budget where they give every First Lady. That budget they you for use them for them thing and they. Every First Lady they get budget for in case of emergencies like this coronavirus. I know they get money. They know they give me money. And I know they ask for money. So for every little thing where you see they do, for all these charities the way you see they give out, for all the gifts the way you see they give out, if I no go take an me back, I sacrifice, I go give. Then I go for call 1 or 2 friends them and ask them, say, una help me, I want to do this, make law let I go able do one. Now, would you feel say go pay the bill? When you want to let the world know who you are, when you want to let the world know what your country stand for, when you want to let the world know, say yes, you young government and the country where you dey under, the president where you dey under, that president he believe in gender equality. You have to do something for make the world know. So yes, I use that money towards that because all them people and the way they for come to this country, now somebody there for foot them bill. Anytime another First Lady invites me for Gona in country, now in they buy me tickets. Now in they buy me PA in ticket, they buy me security then ticket, they buy me media people then ticket, now then can buy them ticket. So when then they come to me, the same thing applies. I buy them tickets. And when they come, now me they host them, now me call them in my country, I get for pay them hotel bill. So just in case, if you don't know, now that one day, I had over 32 guests.
We wasted $68 million to bribe people who were hoarding loans to bring it into the banking system. And we spent $68.5 million that did a lot of good in this country, stabilized it, so that in this country now, you have rice. You go to Liberia, even to find rice, you can't. The point here then is, I ask myself, we have worked so hard during the past 2 years to build reserves for this country. Is it going to be sustainable for us to keep bribing people who take loans, and when we bribe them, they bring the loans and they take it back, then we have to bribe them again?
When 1.8 billion now we give. Now we build a library for them. Now we build mosques for them from 1947. Now we go build the mosques. Now we fence the town feet for them. Shebwema out of 40 children, now the first will give lights in Shebwema. We make road to Kailam. Kailam Court Barre, now we make our bill office. District office, now we make our agriculture office, now we bill her. Education office, now we bill her. Shawako, now we bill her. Now we pull her from the water site, we bring her 5 miles. Council hall, now we bill her. Under 5 now we build them. Government hospital, the new and the old now we build them, we fence them. We fence the town field. We put pavilion there. Now we put street lights in Kailan. We contact inside Kailan. Even the beach where people that they go there now we make it through we honorable them. Alibade and Miami Okakade. Make us stop here and forth. 149 children in this country will give light all over. Well, if we all thief with the thief, it better. Because we the thief will bring and come for now. Then all the thief they put in our pocket. For the 10 years when we rule, petrol will be 4,000 leos. We rule for 10 years, the petrol will left at 6,000 leos, 10 years. Then can within 2 years or 3 years, petrol don't go up to 15,000. We now they buy at 20,000, 25,000 or 30,000. We left rest about 170, 180. At least let's say 200. They don't count, they say, Tolombo no go sit down, you're hungry, Boku. We agree, hungry, Boku. We not don't sit down within 2 years time. Rest don't go to 400,000-500,000. We not there you to the owner, so I swear to God, we not take time, we get for suffer pass una. Now they keep the medical doctor, Dr. Givode, Nasakasivi in the Gide. Momo item, Nangi, Dr. Jambai, Dr. Kene, Dr. Kosia, Dr. Vandi, Dr. Gobe, all of these people now Momo item. Now they give a scholarship where they know one APCO.
The Chief Minister and the First Lady, your wife, have actually misused public funds. How will they be held accountable?
Ask him. Exactly. Good question.
There's a prescription for whatever happens. If that is the case, and it's proven in a court of law or by the commission, they either ask to pay for it or there are different forms of punishment for that.
Wow.
They will have to.
On top of that, you recently hired a brand new finance minister who was accused of long-standing corruption in the previous administration. What message does that send to Sierra Leoneans?
No good example.
Again, you've used the word accused. And he has had to go through a very long legal process to prove that he is not guilty. So, like I said earlier, it is easier. Anybody can make such claims, outlandish claims, or that the other person is corrupt. But we are a law-abiding country, and we go through the entire length to make sure that when claims or allegations are made, we prove them in a court of law, and then we take the necessary actions.
A lot of people complaining, even your government complaining about heavy deforestation in the eastern part of the country, where forest timber is being cut down indiscriminately, sometimes by government-approved firms as well, and this timber is not being replanted. What are you doing about that?
Well, we cannot say it's not being replanted because, to the best of my knowledge, I know replanting is going on. I remember launching that, and the minister has gone ahead.
Even where it's being done illegally?
When you say there's no replanting is ongoing in Sierra Leone. Illegally, definitely, we will not know about it, so we won't be able to do something about it. But replanting, as far as to regrow the forest, we are doing that at the moment.
When you say you're not able to do something about it, therein lies the problem, some people will say.
Well, that's the problem. If I don't know the trees are going down, then I'm not going to plan for that. What I mean is, in those areas that we have identified, we are replanting.
I'm sure you're aware of the amount of criticism that you receive in your home country concerning your numerous travels abroad. You travel by air all the time. You've been to Nigeria, Ghana, Equatorial Guinea, London, Turkey, Doha, London, now Glasgow. You've flown to all these places. That's a huge carbon footprint. Don't you think, as somebody who's leading a country where that is being affected by climate change, that maybe you should check your carbon footprint a bit?
That's an interesting one. We live as a world community. We are talking about global issues. We would have preferred that I didn't come here at all to make my voice known.
It's not my preference. It's it's your country people.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
my country people could be asking the same question that you're asking. So it's just a rhetorical question. We inherited a very negative reputation for our country. We are known for some of the worst things in the world. And as a new government, I've traveled extensively. And why? Because I want to clear our name. I have to be there. I have to make, we were talking about challenges about the environment in Sierra Leone. If I don't come here, I'm not going to let the people know what those challenges are and how we'll go over, how we can get rid of them.
So in this case, the footprint.
Change. And remember, plenty people will say, fly like a bird. I'm not there for fly, but for Salone, I'm there for fly. I remember I go Japan. The hotel I went into, they say you're not going to enter Naya. The previous government, they can Naya, they not pay. When I get for pay and first, before they enter. When all the company head of state, they don't get them hotel room, they don't rest. I've been get for paying for pay the debt first, what we get, and fair money now for pay for where we enter. We've been get for clear them time, but in all over the world. Many know say a new government day with good intention. And to very large extent, I will tell you now say, if you're not Israeli and you go out of this country, if they talk about Salone, how other people they respect you, you will not believe. Because Mrs. Akinsidon in a state of disbelief,
well, family, okay, Minkailu don't come back. Minkailu don't come back. Thank God we don't get some back. But people, Minkailu, when you're away, people get the opportunity for watch a lot of video, where His Excellency President don't make out there. And from the comment section, it's amazing, when Salone people, this is the thing, when the voice of the people, when people begin to raise their voice and still say things that they work right, this is not got nothing to do with opposition again. It gets to do with the people of Sierra Leone, and that's what they're demonstrating on the comment section. But then we go straight to what we really talk about. I mean, they say the economy, the that way gonna be left for the past 10 years. There was a statistics will come out or findings will come out say APC debt in 10 years is worth 4.99 trillion. Then SLPP debt in 4 years is 30.71 trillion.
30 trillion, yeah.
Yes, 30.71 trillion. This is huge. And how are we going to pay these debts? And what's in them debts? What's in this debt? How we reflect to the development? How these debts reflect to the lives of the people of Sierra Leone? And we don't left at 4-something trillion for 10 years. But in the past 4 years of the SLPP power government, it's 30. It triple. I don't know how after triple what you can say.
No, quadruple.
Yeah, quadruple. I mean, is it reflecting in the lives of Sierra Leoneans today?
Now they know side the money then they go anyway. But I don't tell you say government.
Sometimes part of the Lunge Bridge when they make, the part of the Tapalapa Bakery, you don't know. Part of
exactly.
Yeah. Right now, the part of the rights Salone people and they enjoy now. You don't think so that they don't go?
Well, me no know. Except government can't tell who's had the money then go. Sierra Leoneans information not they hide anymore. In 10 years, the national debt now been APC for 10 years now 4 trillion loans. Yeah, SLPP just in 4 years now 30 trillion loans. It quadruple. Yeah, APC. That now for tell you, and this government mark you, then been talk say we they loan too much, we they take loan too much.
Right.
And then we then come, then go drop all of that, then go cut them off. In fact, we go they generate income, then go close all other accounts. We go run a single treasury account. And APC now we actually been proposed and in fact put in place the single treasury account under the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kelfala Mara. Now we introduced the single treasury account. But by the time we close all other accounts, SLPP take over in 2018, Then come the actualizer. That was a very good step. The actualizer, yeah. Who been say with the actualization of that particular single treasury account, yeah, consolidated revenue funds, therefore don't control the money so much so that leakage is not good day.
Yes.
But to the witness a situation in which even the money what they generate, the alarming taxes, the alarming increment, the subsidies that will cut off, will be the give subsidies on fuel, we cut them off. Then there's they listen to the people then at the petroleum industry. They say, well, if the government don't want to let fuel go up, then they get about 8,000, government they get about 7,000. If government say they know they take their own money, then go left down there for subsidize, it means fuel not go actually go up, even though we get a global crisis. There was a period in this country where fuel been go up to $145 per barrel. In 2008, let me be specific. But fuel not go past 6,000 at all till we left government. Because
Yeah,
we dey subsidize.
but the first lady say now they make fuel, now the people and then they buy the tell the
We know to government. Now make the people and the petroleum industry. We know to government. The people and the petroleum industry tell them say government they get about 7,000 leons per the 15,000 leons when they sell the fuel. So if government now let the price go up, let them say they know they take nothing. Let them they go for subsidy. Like what the APC been they do. That time you go see say fuel no go up at all. I tell you say in 2008, a global crisis been there on oil, petroleum products. The barrel go up to $145 per barrel. But APC be still able to manage and not pass 6,000. Now it dey less than that day, but fuel don't go 15,000 leons. So the money where government they generate from fuel, now collateral for government or the banks, for let bank they able to loan them. Because they know say government go to get money from fuel. That now at local level. So if I say government go able to pay 30 trillion, of loan, who don't take indebtedness, now make JJ Safa say, even if it 3 successive government and come, they're not going to salvage the situation. But who they tell them say, where we come, we're not going to promise the people of this country heaven, but we go do that, we go maximize the welfare. We go ensure say we bring back investors then. We go ensure say the economy boom. And Sierra Leone go be back the fastest growing economy. In 2014, before the Ebola, we are already rated as the fastest or one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Then turn in the iron ore be the boom. We economy be steady. The private sector the boom. We introduce a lot of banks, private institutions, the mining industry. Where we can, we go tell them say we sabi manage the economy. All of them things and they will go revitalize them back.
All right, let's talk about the corruption. The corruption, we all know saying one partner, one thing that they don't unbog developments at Salone for so long. And when President Bio they come over the campaign, one of the things where he talk, where even capture the minds and the hearts of Sierra Leoneans, where he say, in the can fix corruption, in the count accountability and also transparency. Those are the main major things that even in fact will make up a democratic government. So people, even the progressive, we are excited and we're happy about the president when they come for fight corruption for Salone people, they so that Salone will better. And when he come, what he first do? He set up the commission of inquiry. Where he come, he put some of the APC people them and charge you not to court to that for pay and all that. People have still been glad. He say, okay, he's on the right track. But now we see Auditor General's report after report, especially this one. Then we couple on that, we see the African Express coming out with really strong evidence against this government, where they're not still able for challenge. And we see the recent 2020 Auditor General's report, where indicates say, you can't elaborate on that quickly, where indicates say the money we're missing or we're unaccounted for for the past 2 years of the SLPP or 3 years, it passed within all of the previous governments the money we lost now for the past 2 years is more. Can you explain that and tell me how una feel being accused so much of corruption, or the people of Sierra Leone accuse the APC so much of corruption, and now we are seeing a damning report of corruption against this government?
Rachel, it is, appalling, very unfortunate that this government they pretend for fight corruption, we do not even get an iota of intention for fight them. It's rather unfortunate that for both these governments, they not one day debate audit reports in Parliament. Now, when you take a look at we laws in this country, section 119, subsection 4, they tell you about the Auditor General, how for table this report in Parliament. You go to subsection 4, 5, then they tell you how they for debate this report in Parliament. But from where this government come, they not ever debate audit report in Parliament. In 2019, the incumbent government, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte, proposed, say, let them debate the audit report. And he exposed a lot of other corruption in our Parliament itself, where the Transparency International report also been pulled. Indolo Givao Esquire self-exposed some of the inadequacies and the Public Accounts Committee would have been the chair. I mean, Ibrahim Tawakonte, then pull and they instead, then demote her. That number tells you they were never serious and they are still not serious. Now, where Ebola been there was an audit firm where the government, APC government, been contracts for like audit Ebola funds. Now, audit Service Sierra Leone, it audits COVID-19 funds also, aside the normal audit reports, where they come annually. Report on the audit of funds managed by the National COVID-19 Emergency Response Center and other ministries, departments, and agencies. This report here March to June 2020. That now Lara Telopias been pulled this report. This one, where now the Ebola for the COVID-19 Corona, the money we can inside for Corona. For them month they are from March to June 2020, where they embezzle. You read people that they talk about SUVs, people that they talk about computers, people that they talk about bike, motorbikes, how them money then they all then squander all day inside this report. This government and the ACC never do nothing. Nothing they not do. They are not serious. When you take a look at the audit report 2021 and that of 2020, these are the 2021 where Abdulaziz signed, where they suspend Lara Telopias and in deputy. This report is exposed, although then even they alleged say then doctoral. This one where Aziz signed, where they alleged say then doctor. This report exposed a lot of corruption, a lot. But always they say then doctoral. But in the end, government not they take them serious. But Putin and the way the ACC for go after, instead, then just they then go grab today, then go Butu Bien, the mayor of Freetown City Council, municipalities then or councils then where they under APC. Now then councils then they go and harass. Left for even talk about the Boku money where other people then are different departments, ministries and agencies, or the office of the first lady, or even the office of the president, where then they accuse say them forged receipts and everything. The anti-corruption commission or they go after them. Like you mentioned, the commissions of inquiry. But before the commissions of inquiry, there was the government transition team report, the GTT. That GTT day, now the SLPP make a lot of blunder. Saying that the GTT inform now the creation of the COI, commissions of inquiry. That GTT day, they say they inherit, a sham economy, a battered economy, then talk a whole lot of things there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
How, in fact, they meet a government to be the run, a criminal racketeering industry, talk a lot of things to give bad name to the country. And I will take a look at the handing over notes of President Koroma. He left the economy at a steady rate. President Koroma left an economy where if this government be handled with care, by now progress for the make. We're not for the talk about things that we get for do with economic hardship again at this country. But we don't handle the economy with care at all. So a lot of things the way this government do, we should say they're not accountable to the people. We should say they're not able to fight corruption. In fact, they're not ready for fight corruption. So all what they do now a facade. For just run through these people they need for no return. How the APC left the economy of this country. Now we, in terms of national debt, we for 10 years now at 4 trillion loans. When the SLPP count at 30 trillion loans, they're indebted. We in 10 years, now down the debt in 4 years, now 30 trillion loans. President Kroma, just a short paragraph for the consumption of the listening public, say, he tell President Bill, on the 12th of May 2018 say, my government's unprecedented development strides are reflected in Sierra Leone's now having a much bigger economy than when I took over in 2007. Back then, the monetary value of Sierra Leone's economy and business activity was estimated at 5 trillion leones by 2017. This is now estimated at 30 trillion leones. The economic value of Sierra Leone will now be 5 trillion leones when President Nkrumah take over. It left at 30 trillion leones from 5 trillion leones, where this government the lie say will not left a steady economy.
So why you think say a whole government where the people entrust for say them who can govern them in terms of freedom for corruption, transparency, and accountability, make this so strong accusation against the former APC government, against UNA, saying the economy UNA left in a very, very bad shape. So now then because of the way how UNA left the economy, now it make you see then the struggle 30 days.
We left a steady economy. They make their allegations and they so that people are not go put their eye at them, then go get chance for thief. They make their allegations and they for let them dissuade the people there. So even when they thief, the people then go say no, they don't meet a steady economy. They meet everything in shambles. But people in this country who lack the culture for it. That is most of the reason why we as an opposition don't take upon ourselves say now we for educate the people there on how we left the economy. Most of they approach elections so that the people then go there, in a better position for make wise decision going forward. Now, then they talk about we leaving the economy in shambles. I they tell you, aside the thing they were already, the annual revenue generated within Sierra Leone at the time will be taken now about 500 billion leones. By the time they left now at 4 trillion 400 billion leones. So let people know say all the things they would do. So if they sit down, in fact, we also want to tell the people and say we increase the international reserves from dollar equivalent of 600 billion leones to the current amount will be left at that time, dollar equivalent of 4,000 trillion leones. Now that will be left. So if the people and they say we left a sham economy, we left, a country where actually don't talk about them in the world and get for travel all over the world for go clear the image, then they are idleness. In the travel, they end up for spend $15 million, where we don't spend $2 million in 2 years, then spend $15 million in 2 years. We left a steady economy. We left an economy where therefore don't come bill on for maximize the welfare of the people. An economy where for don't put Sierra Leone, now the takeoff stage of development. An economy where actually Sierra Leoneans therefore be proud of daylight today, if now being continue. But it's natural. Even in America, in the best of democracy, where one government day, what did they do? Where Democrats don't rule for 2 years, for 2 terms under Obama, they say law contest the Republicans under Donald Trump. Where the Republicans encounter Donald Trump, when they not perform, now one time they take the people and pull them. So that is it. The APC been take 2 times under President Nkrumah. The people that say law get to change law test other governments. SLPP come, they misperform. So now in 2023, then they pull them back and give the APC.
All right, now let me go to let me go small to the APC now of the party which you are from. Let me talk small but the inside the party politics small way they make around. We see there was a time quite recently where is former President Nkrumah, they announced say inside June when I'll get to a convention, I'll get to a flag bearer and all of that. Then we see how the case now cuts they go. I know say yes, the case is still going on. You might not want to talk about some of the inner core things, but how do you feel where the case for the Justice Fisher they prolong this case or don't go with this case for over 1 year?
Yeah, so me as a person, they anticipate say before we reach December, the case. Not to case where for say, yeah, not too many issues. It has got to do with legitimacy. I mean, if you say Justice Fisher for don't rule on her by December last year, I've not been thinking about way for don't campaign now. But I also get the firmest of conviction, say, in the next couple of weeks, will they get final judgment on this, and then go lay everything to rest.
So tell me about the rumor where you say Fisher they try for push on to June just because of President.
Yes, I was in court. Fisher he make the statement, say they get some threats, they get some insult from a certain Adebayo, where the party executive or leadership don't make abundantly clear that he's not a member of the All People's Congress. In a letter written by the Secretary General, will make abundantly clear that he's not a registered member of the APC government, he's not of the APC party, he's not speaking for and on behalf of the party. Now while they talk, they say the APC government. I just imagine 2023 will get for takeover.
All right, but una at this point, when una not able to forget flag bearer today, things say it affect una campaign right now, because right now the ruling government, they on their campaign drive. Any side and go, you see President.
That is natural. That is natural. It is just natural.
But up till now, una not able to forget.
In 2018, in 2017, that is just natural. In 2017, the APC and SLPP almost elects flag bearers them or choose flag bearers them almost the same day. The APC they choose flag bearer and McKinney, SLPP they choose flag bearer and Freeton. About almost the same day. Yeah. Now we know say, this is not actually uncommon. It is part of opposition. When you're in the opposition, you struggle a whole lot. But when you make a decision, it will be firm. And let the people of this country be rest assured, in the next couple of months, we they actually go into the conventions, we they start from lower level to national delegate conference, and we they soon elect to national executive and flag bearer. We they talk to the people then for exercise patience. In the next couple of weeks, we they get final judgments on the matter between Alfred Peter Conte and the APC leadership. Let them be rest assured that even though we get some legal issues, we don't succeed for get a reformed APC with a new constitution. We actually create a level playing field for all and sundry, a constitution which speaks volume of modern day democracy, a constitution where don't take the party, don't get back to the true ownership, when are the ordinary members, the grassroots. So let them be rest assured.
Okay, like I said, talking about the executive, we know say then there's also former president Koma, Anes by Koma, being put out under the office of the former president, being put out a notice out there say they take a back seat because he want for focus now in international mission them where he gets, he want for focus, so he take a back seat as a party chairman. How you feel as an APCian? What was this a step in the right direction? You have been in support of that?
It did not come as a surprise. It's a step in the right direction. And some of we for far too long don't.
You know, one part people away we want for make former president Bill step Anes by Koma step aside.
Yes. In fact, I have always made it abundantly clear. I'm a proponent of that. Yeah. For in your self-respect, in prestige, and as a statesman, he cannot better serve the APC. He has served for far too long. He has been president for 2 terms. And so he's an elderly statesman now. All we need for Akoda, now for big godfather. All we need for Akoda now statesmanship and respect. When the APC will be in difficulty, now the person now know for run to, for solve problems. So the better it take the back seat, the best for him, at least let enjoy in retirement age. I'm a proponent of Dandy. I don't talk him from 2018 to date. I don't visit him, we don't talk, he don't give the assurance. In fact, on 2-3 different occasions, I don't post, say even though he retire, now still a strong man and ready for take up international assignment. And I believe say the decision is welcoming. The decision is in the best interest of the APC. We cannot expect Dr. Anes by Koma to sit in the podium, with all due respect to Dr. Prince Hadi, because he has been president, he has served for 2 terms.
So we don't expect him the person will be there in support of Peter Conte for take the executive in the court.
Say again.
I say you were one, like you say, you stand by that strongly with Peter Conte where he been take the executive in the court.
No, I never supported Peter Conte. In fact, me and Peter Conte don't get heated debates now AYV. I don't tell and say in step in miscalculate am. It was not the right step. I mean, decision was wrong because we took the party to court as NRM. Because we say the party now use provisions of the 1995 constitution for conduct the Putlocker convention. Delegates were not elected. The draft constitution was not published. The agenda for the convention was never published. The delegate list was not published. So the constitution say therefore do all landing. We approach PPRC say let them intervene for postpone the convention. Law the leadership. The leadership not be sure. We get some issues. But then when we go court, the leadership sit down between at the round table. We negotiate to sign MOU. We go end that matter. They more than 1 year ago. Just for law we take off or go get convention. Then Peter Conte go na court. We all vexed now. We tell and say that was not the right decision. Will not be the first individuals within the party, but rather will be the first some system that were not correct. For reform, not for revolt. Reformation is not revolution. For reform, now for ensure say you effect some changes then where they make you get them right. Revolution mean for us or for topple or for pull a whole leadership from power the owner can sit on there. Not so that they will be say we still on reform. Now we don't reform, we don't get new constitution. They can't go into democratic elections. What you think say you competent to get the people and support they want you go vie for any position we want buy for. Okay, and that's what they want. So I did not support Alfred Conte. The NRM that I represent never supported him. Never.
Okay, now thanks for the clarity. And also, like you said, you support you were one of the people where really we want a former president Ernest Bai Koroma for make a step aside as a statesman and make serve as an advisor. So as former president Koroma don't left so today as a chairman, you think say the vice chairman for follow suit? Because now they all be there for follow suit.
Now let me come. President Koroma is still the chairman of the All People's Congress until we conduct elections or we get new leadership. He say they contest again. He not resign. He say they contest again. But he want transition the party. Yeah. Now the one the way the deputy chairman and leader, the secretary general or whosoever we get position. It is their right to contest if they wish to contest for whatever position. It is their fundamental right. It is their democratic right. I have no such powers for saying and not contest. I don't think anybody get that power there. Not even government, not even the courts. They get rights for contest. Now the fundamental human right for contest. But if they also think say they for join President Koroma, they not go contest again. They want new phases for emerge. Then so be it, but nobody not go compel them for saying enough for contest. It is their right if they so wish to contest. It is also left to the delegate to so decide. If the delegate thinks say the new phases with new insights and new energy, but then go need one or two people from the whole executive, at least we get institutional knowledge for their around for guide the process. So be it. But all I can tell you, we need a formidable executive.
So
required, executive to take over political powers.
Okay, so who's kind executive the APC, especially Una will be one the reform, for make it happen. Who's kind executive what Una they look forward to, and who's kind flag bearer what Una they look forward to where Una feel say go able for take the party to 2023 election and win.
Would they look forward to an executive? Way forward looking. With new insight and new energy, an executive with national, character, an executive will get the required competence, an executive way fearless, way fierce, an executive way, not confrontational, but then go defend the APC with the last drop of them blood. An executive where nobody no go threaten and decide for keep quiet on certain things will matter. An executive where the people go appreciate, an executive way formidable. We need a flag bearer. We get all it takes. A flag bearer. We get the required competence. A flag bearer. We go able to match President Bio at all levels. We go supersede them. A flag bearer where you put forward, nobody no go deny. A flag bearer we go be a unifier. That one way go able to bring all factions within the APC together. Lord we march to victory come 2023. Now that kind of executive and flag bearer the All People's Congress they look up to.
All right, now that we do the approach the election and hopefully like una say una for try for get una flag bearer. we all everybody they talk say, oh, the SLPP corrupt, the SLPP this, even the opposition are saying all of this. But waiting will be on a message, or what una go bring at the table, waiting new one go carry to Salone people them, for more go win the minds and hearts back of Salone people them, since everybody they complain about this power government. What will be your messaging to the people of Sierra Leone as soon as they move to campaigning this time around?
We message simple. One, waiting we get for do as an opposition, would they build national cohesion? Yeah. We know say one thing we don't lack in the country in a national cohesion. Would they ensure say we they rebuild the country? Yeah. Like when they say reconstruction, would they reconstruct Sierra Leone and put them na the map? Would they put them at the takeoff stage of development? By the time we go don't serve, say to the time where we might exit, we go there at that level where then go they call we not only a middle income. I mean that one way we go there at the development stage a bit. We ready for do everything possible for unite the country. We not to a government if they give you the opportunity for lead, we go can't segregate, we go can't tell you say you belong to a certain tribe or a certain region. We not to a government we go can sack people indiscriminately. We not go be that government we go come people like we President Bio be don't appoint we get secure tenure in office. Like what he do we pull the ombudsman Melron Nicole Wilson when tenure not be end. He pull the ACC boss when Adi Macaulay when tenure not be end. Then sack people like we get secure tenure. We not go do that day. Although he do things that unconstitutionally where we come, we go ensure so we follow the full dictate of the law and the constitution will be supreme, not man. We not go can't impose the speaker on parliament. We go allow the MPs then for votes for members of parliament. We not go can't pull MPs then. We then at the SLPP stronghold, Kailan Pujon, Kenema, or whatsoever it is. We not go do them. As long as they get the people's mandate, they were elected to be in parliament, we not go pull them. We go run a country different from what SLPP they do now. We go run a country, we get a symbol of national unity, where we go able to bring can development. We go run a country where we go attract investors for come back, where the private sector go boom, where the economy go steady, where everybody go be proud for saying as Sierra Leone. That is the Sierra Leone we envision.
All right, before you go, I want to enlighten people because I see talk they go around within the APC say 444 come 2023. What do you mean by 444 come 2023?
Well, you see this government, SLPP in our government, we them pack false life. We will be in data day, we tell them say for manage the economy. Now we make one pot election. We say 444. You they vote for the councillor, you vote for the mayor or chairperson, you vote for the MP, they vote for the president. Yeah. Now, them being count, they say no, they're not good one, they can't be doing. Then go count this, then go count that. But in the end, what they do? They amend the Local Government Act, like how we don't propose to for do. We say 444, that now 4 elections in one. You they vote for the president, you vote for the MP, you vote for the councillor, they vote for the mayor or chairperson.
The 444 meaning all 4 of their category they are so they encourage Salone people for put them for APC all 4. That means
but I know what the APC can do. Where APC they we always see, even the councils them. We're not to APC councils there, we they promote them. Yeah, look what Mayor Wusu been they do. Bo. We promote the city councils there across the country. We not segregate. So 444 means say vote for APC for the president, vote for APC for member of parliament, vote for APC for mayor, vote for APC for chairperson, and vote for APC for councillor. Now that to mean by 444. The MP, the president, the councillor, the mayor, or the chairperson. Now APC for vote for. So that we go rebuild this country.
All right. Finally, as we don't talk about what President Bio don't do for the past 4 years, as an opposition member from the APC party, how you go rate the work of this government for the past 4 years, and what are you message to Salone people?
Now I am going to be brutally honest with this manifesto again. Even where I can lecture.
No, be honest, Minkailu, be honest.
I am going to be brutally honest. If I am to rate this government now, based on the manifesto promise, I am going to give them 0.5 over 100. 0.5 over 100.
Because in our position, people are going to say because in our position, I make you the rate this. So
0.5 9 the score over 100, then fail woefully. Now abysmal performance.
Before you talk to the people of Sierra Leone as to why therefore vote for APC come 2023, who are you they support for flag there and APC?
Yeah, well, me not get flag there aspirant.
But tell me, Bo.
Life just go. I'm not get, to be honest with you, I am running for a national position in the APC.
What's that position? Let people know.
I run for the position of National Publicity Secretary, the spokesman for the party. And love you also know, say, where you did, all man get what the support, but you get under your mind. Certain positions and the way they vie for, certain positions and the way they occupy, you not get for take sides. And we, now the new set of leaders in our APC where they emerge, we not get for take sides. Because the moment you take sides, you don't prejudice whatever they do as an executive. You know they create a level playing field. Every other person go think say this person not there for me. And when them think say you not there for them, and they create the problem na the party. So me, not they take sides. All the one the way they contest to be flag bearer aspirants. They are competent people. Anyone part them can make a very fine flag bearer.
Okay.
So anyone will emerge, we ready for getting the required support for making win the elections and lead this country. So I am not supporting any candidate. No.
So why you think say Salone people for vote for APC come 2023?
APC now the best alternative for this country. We all know see. Today, rest have been 200,000 leons. Now 500, 600. The fine rest now 700,000 leons. Today, pepper now be 1,000, 1,500. Now 6,000. Today, oil now been 2,000 leons. We left on 2,500. Now 10,000 for pints. Today, sugar now be 1,500, 2,000. Now 6,000. So everything don't go up now this country at an alarming rate. The dollar, it was less than 500,000. Now the dollar is about 1,330,40 as the case may be. Everything don't go up at an alarming rate. The SLPP cannot manage the economy of this country. The SLPP cannot maximize the welfare of the people. Today, where free quality education not been there, if they go seek admission at school, you know they pay past 1 million for all the charges then. Buy books, uniform, other half thing, and badge, tie. Now with free quality education there, you they spend past 2 to 3 million for get you picking admitted. Today will be the school feeding program be very effective with Dr. Minkailu Baron. Now not effective even with the free quality education. Today will be the pay for public exams. Not until today it start. So when the APC is given the opportunity to run this country, we they maximize the welfare of the people. We they reduce the suffering. The private sector go boom. Employment go day. The country go sweet. Now, NTUSC, I don't need for tell you, light just go. The light now on and off. This now been the talk, light come. Now light go. What you see, now me shell, now Chinese light are the use. I guess you see the Chinese light day. Now they use right now, light just go. Now what will come will sustain electricity. President Nkrumah say, I was going to give you electricity. It came in 100 days. There was light. The roads they say, will they construct them? Now, we been there 2007, I was student at Frabi College. From 2006, we been there left Kenema for Camp Frabi College. Where you take bus now morning. You did now, if you take bus 6 o'clock, you know they reach 6 o'clock evening. Now, if I dey left Kenema at 6 o'clock, tell them they say 8, 9, I don't day inside Freetown. We say we dey embark on infrastructure. We make the roads. All what we say they do, the free health care for lactating mothers, pregnant women, children under 5. It be very effective and efficient. All what we say they do. Female students and the sciences, we pay for them. Now be free education for them. All what we promise we deliver. So we know to that government where they come with a new direction manifesto, we then tag the People's Manifesto and feel woefully. We are a welfare government. We beg the people of this country. Now we all get Sierra Leone. We relatives and there. We want this country for go before. Let them give you the mandates. Let them give you the opportunity. And when they give you, we'll not go fail them at all.
So how you think say Salone people for judge this coming election out there for Georgia, especially this government for the past 4 years, because many of the country 5 year now campaign business they go on. For the past 4 years, I think say what do you think say we can judge this government on?
If the people of this country think say how Sierra Leone been day 4 years ago, now so still Sierra Leone day, let them vote for SLPP. If they no say then be they buy rest 200,000 per bag, now they buy 600,000, 700,000. If that's okay for them, then let them vote SLPP. If they buy fuel 6,000 per liter, per already barrel been go up to $145 per barrel. And now it not reach so, then they buy fuel 15,000 per liter. Who's that be they pay 2,000 for go now, they pay 6,000 to 10,000. If they're okay with that, then let them vote SLPP. But if they're not okay with all of that, if they want constant electricity, they want a sustainable health care. If they really want for see the welfare maximize, they want for see rest for go back to Ibinde, fuel for go back to Ibinde, transportation for go back to Ibinde. If they want to see a completion of the Peninsula Road, the Hill Bypass Road, and all the other projects that APC be done left, they want to see a completion of her. If they want to see flyover, na Congo Cross, they want to see na Moriton, they want to see an Upgun and Lumley, then vote the APC. If they want human rights, for law respect and law promoter, they want sustainability of the rule of law, they want to see good governance, then vote the APC. If they want better for Sierra Leone, then let them vote the APC. If they want peace and unity and national cohesion, then let them vote the APC. Now that will get for tell them.
All right, before you go, I cannot talk to you. You know, I mean, it's my own policy and my own platform. I cannot talk to you without much small woman business, because woman business we don't go high in the women index internationally, and now it don't go down place 24 down place 24. It don't reduce go down back. So you wanna anticipate so now for come back na power APC. How you think say una go able for lift the face of woman in standard and make woman business go back up na the international map? Because currently now we have just 5 full ministerial position by this government. We have 12% in parliament. How the APC government will come for can raise that body, how una be left for even more. And also una get any plan for put a woman at the top of the ticket or even a vice president?
Yeah, well, you see, we take woman business very seriously. The Registrar General, Nabi woman, during Ernest Baikoma in regime. The Chief Justice, the first female Chief Justice, Nabi woman. The Commissioner for NRA, Ajakala, Nabi woman. You know now, a lot of positions and they will be given to woman. Because you know say, you know go drive development without woman and participation. In full. No country they go before without give women in the platform, put them before for let them drive development. Now that make in the constitution we say we will get for win elections by 2023, 30% of appointments at all levels. Now women they will put it. The ministerial appointments, ambassadorial appointments, head of parastatals, all side, 30% now women them. And would they encourage women for participate for whatever position now the APC. That is why it is a level playing field. What a man can do, a woman can do better. We don't make a law now. It is law in our constitution that 30%. And I see government back, they now copy from the APC constitution. There is a bill currently in parliament. Wait for become law. Then they adopt the 30% to APC, don't make law. Now we own constitution. So any political party, we want for drive development, put women in before. Because women then are people that will get integrity. Then character mostly they beyond reproach. The best auditor general na Lara Tilopias. We all know that day. When this government visited them for 12 weeks. Just because the woman refused to be corrupt, it refused to let them actually, regulate them in the wrong direction, then decide for say, then they accuse them, they set up tribunal for them. But we see institutions, home and abroad, how they come out loudly for talk say that lady they in character they beyond reproach, and a person way actually don't live in life with integrity, and a person way the world respects. Because now woman, we see there is hardly a time where Christian Atop now be chief electoral commissioner. Now one of the best what this country don't ever produce. I pray that the time will reach now this country will get a female president. I believe say things go change because woman the way you put them before, I mean then go deliver on result.
So thank you very much, Minkailu Koma. I mean, a lot of people waiting at the comment section say that position the way they go for it fits you bad and even passive.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's nice having you for talk to the people of Sierra Leone. And from the comment section, a lot of discussion they go on, with the APC versus the SLPP. And from what I saw is that the people are ready for change. And like you say in some of your words, APC back to power, APC now the option for 2023. And it's up to the people of Sierra Leone, and you don't make your case today to the people of Sierra Leone. So it's up to the people of Sierra Leone for making them vote this time like their life depend on it. So thank you very much, Minkailu, for taking your time. I know saying a fast month this, but I really, really appreciate, for make your time now this program. And I want to say thank you to my producer, Fatima Conte. Thank you for bringing my guest to this program and with the program successful. So I want to say thank you to the viewers. The conversation there is not easy. I know people are rooting out for you, Minkailu, and people are rooting out for the APC, and our people are supportive, of the reforms that way UNASEF be push for. So I want to tell my viewers them thank you, and the one that will take part in the program for comments and say and speak up as the program they go. I want to say thank you, and to Star TV, thank you so much for bringing the program to Salone people that we're not able for kind of social media for watch and listen to what they happen in the country. Thank you so much, and next week I will get Richard Conte, one of the flag bearer aspirants for APC come 2023. So I will left now with this as we go enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much.
Skiddy bom pantan, rugged spice. Get used to this. Whoa. Fire. We never them, then they take free money. We never them, no they sorry for it. We never them, no broke down the country. Every time you go, people they cry, say I go. We never them, no so like lie. We never them, make we country they cry. We never them, no broke down the country. Every time you go, people they cry, say I go. Say let them go. If no go, we country no go good. Let them go. If no go, we go die pampo. The way the system they go, no be putting us so if I go. The way the system they go, we not been voting us so if I go. I said the two ship press when I give it, if I sell and then put all of them pockets. United Nations in Tilly, they take free money and they fly like a rocket. Now we don't tire with the violence, we don't tire for the jobless, for we right to the protest, for we right to the protest, everything they do, we know they open the gear, we know they make I don't gear. When we talk, we say make we be above. We never them, then they take free money. We never them, no they sorry for it. We never them, no broke down the country. Every time you go, people they cry, say I go. We never them, no so like lie. We never them, make we country they cry. We never them, no broke down the country. Every time you go, people they cry, say I go. We never them, no yampi alarm them blow. The new direction now, sorry they go. Investor now they come, then they pack and go. Salone economy, now they go. Azagazi, see the country don't bend. 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 When we tell them the truth, them vex. They say we're not terrorists, we're not the watch them. 2023, they not fulfill the promise, we're not the catch them. We never them, then they take free money. We never them, no they sorry for it. We never them, no done a broke down the country. Anytime you go, people they cry, say, never them not so like lie. Never them make we country they cry. Never them done a broke down the country. Anytime you go, people they cry, say,
the father sleep, the mommy where they near around make you wake up. The father sleep, you want them where they near around let them wake up. Jaga jaga there, jaga jaga there. Lunge bridge where he promise we with the pray make you make up. Oh, if you no make am 2023, we say for no go take am. We go whip am, we go keep am. The power where we give and we go take am. Me sing say, Azagazi, say the country don't bring them. Azagazi, say the country don't bring them. I woulda no box up the country. I woulda no make we belly empty. I woulda no go kill a Tombo. I woulda no go kill a Losar. I woulda no go kill a Podema. No set people a McKenny. Pull up where we vote for. They pull up on Babati. I woulda no thief in a corner. I woulda no brick and corona. We never them then the thief free money. We never them no the sorry for it. We never them no broke down the country. Anytime you go, people they cry say. We never them no so like lie. We never them make we country they cry. We never them no broke down the